What would you say is the deadliest animal in the world? According to research done by the World Health Organization and discussed on a post on Bill Gates' personal blog, it was revealed that the deadliest animal in the world were not sharks or lions or snakes, but were instead mosquitoes, responsible for the death of 750,000 people per year. How could a 3 mm long insect cause the deaths of so many people?
While mosquitoes are very deadly because they serve as vectors for many diseases, such as dengue and the most deadliest, malaria. These mosquito-borne diseases can be found in countries that are situated near the equator. Furthermore, the prevalence rate for this disease was 40% between 1900 and 1929 and increased to more than 75% in 1951. If the prevalence rate was so high before accelerating climate change, imagine what it would be like in the next 50 years and the amount of countries that it would spread to.
In Europe, studies found that roughly 66% of human and animal pathogens, as well as 49% of infectious diseases, have one or more factors directly or indirectly impacted by climate. Mosquitoes rely on temperature-dependent cycles and water availability for reproduction. Climate change is causing global temperatures to rise, which is also altering precipitation patterns and seasonal melt. This means areas that were once too cold or dry for mosquitoes are now prime territory, and they are staying longer than previously expected. Furthermore, a study in China found a 1-degree increase in temperature resulted in faster birth-to-transmission rates of mosquitoes, shifting from 38 days to a range of 7 to 45 days, thereby increasing malaria infections by 6.7 to 15.8%. Moreover, new environments have become more hospitable for mosquito populations, resulting in geographic range shifts.
Because of this, malaria rates are projected to increase dramatically. By the year 2080, there will be an additional 450 million people at risk for developing malaria. This at-risk population will expand to include individuals from North America, Central Asia, and Northern Europe. Moreover, malaria-affected regions will not only suffer health burdens, but also economic and social ones. Malaria increases medical costs, mortality rates, and worker absenteeism, while decreasing worker productivity, fertility, and investments, altogether leading to a lowered annual growth domestic production.
Despite such extensive effects, precautionary steps can be taken to mitigate some of these impacts. The first step involves decreasing deforestation and monitoring land use and land cover changes. Reducing deforestation practices will help decrease global temperatures, thereby reducing mosquito populations and hence prevalence of mosquito-borne diseases. The second step involves increasing immunity in areas predicted by models to have high mosquito prevalence in the future. After modeling, healthcare initiatives should be imposed in those regions to prevent a potential epidemic. The third step involves decreasing fossil fuel use to lower greenhouse gas emissions, thereby decreasing global temperatures. We should instead increase our use of alternative energy sources that have lower greenhouse gas emission profiles and use carbon capture and storage technologies to slow the rate at which greenhouse gases are released into the atmosphere.
There is no longer a mystery behind why mosquitoes are the deadliest animal in the world. Day by day, climate change is transforming our planet for the worse, ultimately calling for our best efforts in what has now become a race against time to save the human race.